Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna walk you through all of my drugstore foundations. I'm gonna swatch them, show you what shades I have, what I recommend from the drugstore. Today's video is going to be about my collection from the drugstore on all of my foundations, and I will continue having a playlist with a series on concealers from the drugstore, high-end foundations, high-end concealers, and so on and so forth. Now, this is not to brag at all on how much makeup I have. I have a YouTube channel, so I have all of this makeup so that I don't bore you on my YouTube channel with using the same foundations over and over. That's why I have so many, and I love complexion products. So yeah, I hope you will enjoy this video, and if you're new to my channel, would love for you to subscribe down below. It would help me out so much, and let's get started. Okay, so this is where I keep my drugstore foundations, and I also have here another box of foundations with a couple concealers that I keep on my vanity. So this is not a declutter video, so we will do a decluttering of all of my makeup in another video, but let's dive in. So let's start here in the back. Probably what I have in here, let's see, are probably my least favorite, but I'm still keeping them. So this is the Wet n Wild foundation. This is in the shade Soft Ivory, and this is the one that it's light, it's warm, and it's not the dewy one. We have the dewy one in here somewhere as well, but this is a great foundation. I don't like the spatula on this one, and it looks kind of yucky, as you can see. So we'll see. We might have to declutter later on, but this is one of the foundations I own. Okay, so let's move on to another foundation here. Now, I bought this Catrice. This is the Catrice True Skin. This is a hydrating foundation. Now, I don't know how hydrating this is. I have used it. I'm not a big fan of it, so I know that maybe because the color is so light. This is in the shade Neutral Ivory, and look how light it is. And it's pretty high coverage, and this reminds me of that Huda Beauty foundation that is very cakey. So not a really big fan of this. This is a long wearing foundation. I have to give it more try, but maybe I have to buy this in a more darker shade. I believe this is way too light, and this is 002 Neutral Ivory. So you can see that it's much different than what the actual sticker says, but yeah, so far not a big fan of that one. Okay, I have a lot of foundations. As you guys can see, I'm a big fan of foundation. Here's another one. This is by Rimmel London, and this is the Match Perfection foundation, and this is a 24-hour moisture hydration. I haven't used this in a while, and I think because it's more of a pinky tone, but you can see the peach and the pink in it. But compared to the other Catrice, this one, and this is in the shade 081 Fair Ivory, but you can see how pink it is. Like, it has a peachy undertone. Again, this is my fault, but this is not a bad foundation. You can see it's pretty hydrating looking. Okay, here's another one that is quite old in my collection, and this is the Revlon Color Stay Makeup Normal to Dry Skin. It has SPF 20, and this is in the shade 110 Ivory. This is quite old in my collection. Again, it's pretty light. It's has more of a peachy undertone, but not as bad as that Rimmel one. So this is a very nice foundation. I still like it. I might have to pick it up in a darker shade because I think this is way too light. And the last one in here, which I love and looks quite old, you can see, this is the L'Oreal Visible Lift Serum Pro Retinol Vitamin E and C foundation. Let's give it a good shake. It comes with a pump, and you can see that it's quite dark. So this foundation is a very nice foundation. It's a serum foundation, and I really like it, and I think I'm gonna pick it up in a lighter shade. And you can see how dark this one is. Yeah. This is in the shade. I don't even know if I have the shade anymore. Oh, here it is. It's 144 Light Ivory. Okay, let's move on to this foundations here. This is my only e.l.f. foundation, I think. This is the Flawless Satin Foundation in the shade Light Ivory. And this is an okay foundation. It has medium coverage and it has more of a warm yellow undertone. You can see. I think I like more, yeah, warm yellow undertones than pink undertones. But this is a nice foundation and it's very, very affordable. Next one, this is again quite pinkish. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Hydrate and Smooth Foundation. It has SPF 18, normal to dry skin. I love that. And this is in the shade 115 Ivory. I don't like that it comes like this. This is one thing. This is, I think it's expired. Yeah, it says expires 2022. Now, this is probably going to be in my decluttering video, but this is a very, very nice foundation. I really love it because it is for normal to dry skin and it's hydrating. Now, here's another one by Catrice, which I'm not a big fan of it. Again, I don't know why. This is the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. It's mattifying. It says that it gives you a second skin effect. Now, I don't know. I love the container. I love the packaging. It comes with a pipette, but I think I got mine again in a shade too light. And it says that it lasts up to 24 hours. I have to give this more of a try and not put so much. And this is again in the shade 002 Porcelain Beige. So it's kind of weird. I don't know. It's a lightweight and non-oily texture that feels like a second skin. So it does feel, it actually feels quite nice on the skin. But I think I have to put a little less than I did before. I found it last time to be very cakey, but I'm going to give it another try. Now, this is one of those NYX Total Control. This is a drop foundation. So this was on sale. That's why I bought it. And I think you can combine this with lighter foundations to darken the foundation that you have. So again, this is a drop foundation and I bought it in case I have any lighter foundations like this. You can add a little bit and it kind of darkens your foundation. Obviously that's too much, but you know what I mean. So you can darken your foundations if you have too much of a light foundation. Oh, now let's move on to another Rimmel foundation. And this is, again, they seem to run quite dark. This is a medium coverage anti-pollution. I bought this because of anti-pollution, and it's a lasting radiance foundation in the shade 070 Porcelain. It says porcelain, but yeah, you can see it's actually not too bad. Yeah, it's quite dark, so you can see it has that peachiness again, but it shows quite dark on the skin. Definitely darker and too peachy for my skin tone. But again, when I bought this, I was not aware of my undertone and all that, so I think I'm gonna have to repurchase a new one in this as well, because I think this is just too dark for my skin tone. I don't know, it just doesn't look so good. Now, here's a foundation that I really, really like. This is the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid Foundation, and this is a hydrating hyaluronic acid foundation. I love that. It is in the shade 20 Classic Ivory, and as you can see, I really love my hyaluronic, very hydrating foundation. Now, look how dark this one is again. It's in ivory. I think I need a lighter shade in this one. It's very peachy. It's quite thick. This is probably older. And it says it gives up to 12 hours of continuous hydration. So I like that. And I love Maybelline foundations. So yeah, this is another one. And here is one that is going to be up on my channel. I'm not sure if the video is going to be before this one or after. This is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Creamy Powder Foundation. I wanted a powder foundation. I don't wear powder that much, but I love L'Oreal. I love this, the Age Perfect Foundations by L'Oreal. This is in the shade 300 Ivory, and it says it's smooth and blurs. It visibly minimizes imperfections, evens the skin. It's creamy, soft, and I have tried it. And you guys can see my review on my channel. But when you touch it, it feels like a powder. It feels like a cream, but it's a powder foundation. So it actually feels quite nice on the hand. I really love it. And then on the bottom, it comes with a mirror and a puff. So yeah. Now let's get into this foundation's right here. Now here's one which you can see how it looks right now. Look at that. Let me give it a shake. So here's a good shake. Now it looks back to normal. This is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk Foundation. It's in the shade Fair Light. It's vegan. It has a dewy finish, and this is a cute foundation. It's pretty nice. Whoa, you can see how liquid it is. But again, I don't know why I have the tendency to pick up some peachy undertones. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Very hydrating. Ooh, this is one of my favorites. This is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation. So you can see that it's from the same. It's in the shade Ivory Tan. This is very nice. This is great whether you have a mature skin or younger looking skin. It's radiant, it's a serum foundation, and it has antioxidants, and this is a very nice shade for me. This is in the shade 10 Ivory. It comes with a squeezy tube. Yeah, and this is more of a nice warm undertone, and it's very, very hydrating, and it looks very nice on the skin. I definitely recommend this foundation. This is probably one of my favorite from the drugstore. It's beautiful. Okay, another beautiful foundation that everybody loves is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Wear Foundation, and mine is in the shade 410 Ivory. Is this the same? No, that's 10 Ivory. Yeah, 410 Ivory. This is a 30 milliliter foundation. It comes with a pump. You can see it looks pretty yucky. I've used it a lot, and this is a very beautiful 24-hour foundation. It's breathable, has a nice texture, and yeah, what else can I say about it? Definitely recommend this one as well. I love L'Oreal foundations. Now here is one by Essence. This one has hyaluron and aloe vera. This is the Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation in the shade 030 Neutral Ivory. Let me show you how it looks. Always make sure you shake them. But this is a beautiful foundation, and it's so affordable. It has a little bit more of a thickness to it, kind of like a Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. It has a nice tone and undertone. It looks very hydrating and provides a nice medium coverage. I love this foundation, and it's very affordable. I love it. Okay, so let's move on to another Maybelline one. This is this the same? Oh yeah, so this is, again, look, it's in a tube. This is the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. This is a full coverage protective makeup sunscreen foundation. And this is in the shade 115 Ivory. The other one was 20 Classic Ivory. And you can see this is again in a squeezy tube. And again, it has a peach undertone. It's a nice foundation. Too much peach for me, I think, you can see. But yeah, it's a beautiful foundation, and it has SPF 50. Now this reminds me of the IT Cosmetics foundation. I love that one. So yeah, I'm still gonna keep it. Now let's move on to another e.l.f. This is an e.l.f. one that I have in a squeezy tube. This is in the shade, this has SPF 20, and this is in the shade Ivory. Right there. Oh, a lot came out. Now this is a nice foundation, very liquidy, again, very peachy, but yeah, very, very affordable foundation. Definitely recommend it. Now here is the Wet n Wild. This is the Photo Focus foundation, and this is the dewy one. I love this one because it's dewy. So this is a beautiful one, except the spatula. I don't like the spatula, but it's a very nice hydrating dewy foundation. If you have dry skin. I love this one. It has a funny smell, and this is in the shade Soft Ivory. Now here we have one of my favorites again. I have a review on this. This is the Revlon Age Defying 3X Foundation in the shade 10 Bare Buff. I definitely recommend this one. This is such a beautiful foundation. You can see how nice my skin looks when I wear this one in my review. But it's very nice. It looks dark on the skin, but when you apply it to the face, it looks so beautiful. Again, keep in mind that the Wet n Wild is quite light. Beautiful foundation. Definitely recommend this one. It's a age-defying one, but anyone can wear it. And let's move on to another favorite of mine. This is by L'Oreal again. This is the True Match Super Blendable Foundation. Oh, this is Natural Almond, and you can see I'm usually ivory, but this one is so beautiful on my skin too. It has that more of a grayish undertone. I really love this foundation. This is another one that I believe I have a review on my channel. I definitely recommend this one. All L'Oreal foundations are amazing. You can't go wrong with them. Now here is the last foundation that I have in this containers here is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation. This is in the shade 00B Light. Now this conceals and perfects, and here it is. It's a more of a thicker consistency, has a yellow undertone, but it's a very nice foundation. I really love this foundation as well. I have to use it more often. It's a medium to full coverage, long wear, and I love it because this is water resistant as well. It's lightweight and it's an oil-free formula. The other foundations that I have on my vanity are this one. Love this one. This is the NYX Born to Glow Natural Radiant Foundation in the shade Light Ivory. This is so beautiful. This has a just like the name itself, has a very nice natural glow to it. This looks so pretty on the face. Look, just that one little bit, and look how much it covers. The next one I recommend, which everyone loves, you can see how much I've used, and I have two more as backups. It's the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum, and this is in the shade 2-3 Light. I believe there's two or one more lighter than this, but I couldn't find it in stock, so I bought this one, and this works really nice on my skin. I love this one. And another one of my favorites is the Co Beauty. This is a liquid foundation, an 8-hour wear foundation in the shade Vanilla C3, and this is made in Korea, but this is a brand only sold in Canada at Shoppers Drug Mart, and it's very similar to Glossier packaging. I love this foundation. And here is another favorite of mine. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation in the shade 201. This is a 24-hour wear foundation. It has a very radiant finish. It's very hydrating, and I love how long lasting it is. It is beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna put everything back. I believe that the concealers we can do in another video, because otherwise this video will be way too long. I have too many foundations, so we're gonna keep the concealers and all the shades I have. This is all from the drugstore for another video, and I'm gonna slowly take you through all my other foundations from high-end, concealers high-end, and do videos on those. But yeah, let's put everything back, and we'll talk right after. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and enjoyed seeing all of my foundations and how they swatch and what I have in my collection. Now, keep in mind that this is the first video in this series, so I'm going to follow up with concealers from the drugstore. We're going to do a video on all of my concealers, and stay tuned as I walk you through all of my collection so far. And we're also going to have a decluttering video coming up soon. So yeah, if you're new to my channel and you enjoy my videos, please don't forget to subscribe down below. It would help me out so much, and I wish you all a wonderful day. Always remember to be yourself, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.